Well, hey, morning, everybody. Cock-a-doodle-doo. How are you this morning? I thought I would combine. I've been liking doing pick-a cards lately because I feel like you and I get to work together a little bit. That makes me happy. So I'm combining that with twin flames. So my question to the cards today has been about where are you on the twin flame journey? In the extendeds, we will look at. I have some notes here. I really wanted to answer some of these questions. How you can grow, all right. What you can do about where you are. Something that can strengthen the bond. I want to look at that. And the extended is going to be all about what can you do, right? Because you can only control you. So what can you do to either move this forward in some way, shape, or form to reach the highest potential of the twin flame connection that you have, okay? So next week at this time, we are doing a North Node for twin flame. And it's about, it can be about soulmates and soul connections kind of thing. But what I want to do is show you the astrology of twin flame in terms of this kind of thing about like attaining your highest potential. So a lot of you understand about original twins and twins who have accessed the templates of twin flame, and those connections are every bit as legit. Okay, it's not like that. It's not an elitist thing. I really want to sort of push back against that because our goal here is about everybody working together to raise the vibration of the planet. You got me? So this is not about like, oh, the original twin flames have this mission, and the ones who access the template from the original twin flames of twin flame connection, of that higher vibration, love, energy. Everyone will be able to access this template, all right? Everyone going through evolution, going through their spiritual journey, accepting that will be able to access that template. Just saying. So today I want you to, take your deep breath, ground yourself, be at peace, and ask yourself, please, or make the intention, I'm choosing the pile that's going to show me where we are on the current journey and how can we move it forward for its highest potential, okay? So this is Group A, Pile A, if you like to say pile, it's pile, right? Group A, Group B, and Group C. Okay, so I am going to move Group B and C off to the side here. By the way, if you want to join that class, the link is below. We do lots of classes, North Node classes. There's also a class about navigating your spiritual journey. That's going to happen at the end of March. If we get enough people, I might add a second session of that. Okay, we might add more to that. Okay, so this is Group A. All right. Okay. So this is the Denise Lynn deck. I don't have the book around here, so I'm not going to show you the cover of it. But I've been using this lately, and first card out is Taking Shelter. So I know we're in the wintertime, and this is a winter scene, all right? And you see there the lantern of the hermit, right? So this feels to me like one of you is taking shelter, fogged in, okay? There's some definite separation here. I feel like you're just waiting for the winter to end, waiting for spring to come so that you can then ascend the mountain, keep going forward. So even though the other person, it might be you, even though the other person, your twin connection, your soul to soul contact here is kind of confused, or they may be just dealing with other stuff, right? All other stuff in their lives are taking some kind of precedence over focusing on this relationship with you, or focusing on relationship at all, right? They have other things going on. So this is wow, okay. I pulled cards for this special layout. So this is a card talking about divine feminine. And some of you are in connections, even if you choose this pile or any of the other piles, no matter where you are in how you talk to each other or where you are physically to each other. This is going to talk about the energy of how you are in relationship to each other. Also, twin flames, part of the goal here is to balance your masculine and feminine. So because this is general, if you're feeling that the masculine is more you, you could be on the masculine energy side of the connection right now. Even if you're like, hey, I'm divine feminine, la la la. Okay, so just give yourself a little bit of open yourself up. Okay, so person number one is Queen of Swords. Yee. Person number two is High Priestess. So when I pulled this, my intention was divine feminine, divine masculine. So I'm going to keep going with that, okay? So divine feminine is Queen of Swords. So really wanting to understand, getting clear, asking the tough questions of yourself too, not just of this other person, okay? And this other person is no talkie right now, okay? Even if you might be in connection with them, they're really not sharing a lot of what's going on with them, a lot of what's going on inside them. And the High Priestess does know, in case you're wondering, the divine masculine does know that this is a soul to soul spiritual connection. This is a very spiritual card. Okay. And the divine feminine, clearly the two mountains behind you, you've already ascended the mountain in some meaningful way. If I can pick up this card, that'd be awesome. You've already ascended the mountain in some meaningful way. You see she has two mountains behind her, and she's kind of in this energy of, you know what, this is going to require us to do a little more deep dive here about this connection. I require answers. And the other person is being very quiet about this, not speaking, not really talking, but they do know. They do know. Woo! The nature of the energy here right now is passionate, very passionate. Queen of Wands is, this person looks like they're in a tropical, right? They look like they're at a beach, or they're in some kind of warm climate. So I am feeling like there is a thaw going on here, because if you look at this definitely feels like, oh boy, picking up these cards is hard. Taking shelter. See how deep we are in the wintertime. Go slow, take your time. The fogged in, the boat again by the water. And then if you look at this looks like summer to me, ascending the mountain. Okay, looks like summertime. It's it's winter in the mountains though. It's always winter in the mountains, right? There's higher elevations, much colder temperatures. The air is thinner. Okay, so this also feels to me like rarefied air. This connection is in some rarefied air right now. And what I mean by that is, even if you've gone through these cycles a couple of times, even if the masculine is not talking, they know. This is not about somebody running away from you because they're like, oh, I don't get this whole twin flame stuff, right? It's not that. This person is like taking some time to themselves to really consider what it is they want to do going forward, how they want to go forward. The passion is there, but I feel like the feminine is asking some tough questions, and the masculine doesn't really have a lot of answers. We're getting to the place where we're going to move forward together. I want to feel by spring, but the fifth card, you know me, the fifth card is my timing card. So this is how the feminine is looking at the energy right now as healing, and sort of doing a little bit of what the High Priestess is doing, which is like, okay, I know I've kind of been kind of pointedly asking questions, or the feminine is even like with the hand up like this. It's almost like, I don't want to hear it. Okay. I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear, I don't want to hear about it if you're not coming toward me, kind of a thing. If you're standing still, if you're fogged in, if you're, taking shelter, the answers are within. The answers are within. And that's why this is really good, because you as the hermit, you as the one who's lighting the lantern, the masculine energy is now seeking the answers. So there's a lot of different kinds of silence. I wouldn't take it like they're not. I feel like this masculine is really going deep themselves. So the fogged in, the taking shelter, the answers are within. They're looking inside for themselves. You already have the answers if you're the divine feminine here. You've already ascended the mountain and you're coming back for the masculine. How the masculine, wow, is looking at, this is good. I feel like this is good. King of Swords, Queen of Swords. This is the card of making plans for the future. So I feel like the masculine is just trying to figure out their next steps. It could be about their life in general, right? If you're at a distance from this person, if there's some obstacles that need to be overcome, even if you're in relationship with this person, if you're in union, right? The passion is here, but now it's sort of like, okay, where do we go from here? All right. So the universe is saying to the Queen of Swords here, the feminine, chill, take a yoga class, meditate, manifest the Ace of Cups, manifest the new beginning. In this deck, the Four of Cups is not stagnation. It is about getting strong in your groundedness about the connection, doing your meditation. This is like yoga and meditation, okay? So same with this, the Four of Swords to me feels like a meditation, meditating on your truth. You see the Three of Swords up there in her hair? It's almost like there is like a little bit of worry about past hurts and like, oh my God, they're quiet right now. Oh my God, they're quiet right now. I don't know what they're doing. I'm worried, right? But stay in the healing energy. Don't move into the fear energy. Stay in the healing energy. Woo! All right. The universe is saying to the masculine, this is what you have manifested, my darling. And so this is your wish granted. You see the High Priestess has the ball and the wriggly thing there. That to me is trying to decide how to go forward. So because this person is quiet, I wouldn't make a judgment about that. And the universe is trying to say to you, hey, you know what? Chill. All right, just chill. I'm going to use that deck again here just to see where we're going. So subconscious for the Queen of Swords. Knight of Swords. Little pissed. Just saying. A little bit angry. So you're going to need to work that out for yourself. This is not a good idea to push it onto the masculine right now. Subconscious for the masculine. Five of Cups. Again, you're both afraid of loss. You're both afraid of loss. You in terms of thinking, them in terms of feeling. Okay, because there's, this is a connection that is a loving connection. You guys could be in union or you could be very close to union. Let's see where we go from here. What's next? Three of Pentacles, King of Cups, Eight of Swords. So it's about working out the feelings. I feel that the masculine is really not being very forthcoming about their feelings. And I am, because this King of Swords, Queen of Swords makes me feel like there's a lot of thinking, a lot of passion, but the cups here with the masculine and the King of Cups in the masculine energy, I feel like the masculine doesn't really know how to talk about this. And so they might be lying about their feelings or they're hiding the truth in some important way. Okay? They're hiding the truth about this. That's why they don't want to talk. Because they're hiding some truth. All right? So I'm going to continue with this. We'll look at that. And like I said, I have my little spread here. We're going to look at important lessons for this set of twins, how we can grow from this lesson, something we can do to strengthen your bond, a way that you can heighten the vibration, something the twin is mirroring for me, and what can I do to help? What is it? What did I write? How can I help my twin? How can you help this reach the next level of highest vibration? What do you need to do, if anything? Okay? All right, so this is Group A. There's no timeline. This is a timeless reading. So where are we on our twin flame journey? There you go. Okay, darlings, Group B is next. All right, Group B, here we are. All right, let's see what's going on here. I pulled 3 from Denise Lynn. So, Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Distant Thunder. Clear the air. Rejuvenating rain. Clear the past and heal the present. So this sounds to me, it feels like there is an altercation coming, some kind of moment to speak truth. You're breaking. This is a breakthrough to the next level. Okay, this is a breakthrough to the next level. But it doesn't come. I mean, I'm sure you know this after dealing with twin flame energy. It doesn't come cheap. Okay, breaking through to the next level usually comes with a fight or a difference of opinion or some kind of situation that throws a monkey wrench into things or something like that. Woo! So I pulled one card for Divine Feminine, 7 of Swords. This makes me feel like, I don't know, if for some reason it makes me feel like you might not be telling the masculine everything that's going on with you, or you might be kind of like angry at them. I'm picking up my swords and I'm going home, right? Like that's the energy of that. The masculine, Temperance, very balanced, okay? Sag energy here. Very balanced, just trying to be like, okay, well, how can we work this out? How can we work this out? Now, again, general read, so whichever one you're on, that's real for you, okay? So somebody is angry. This is less mature than this, okay? What's the energy of the connection right now? Knight of Wands. There might be a third party involved in this situation, and the masculine may be trying to negotiate that. The feminine is getting tired of waiting for that. But this is, again, Sagittarian energy. So there could be some kind of, on both sides, you're mirroring to each other. And we're going to look at this, like I said, in the extended, in my new spread, what is my partner mirroring for me? And this is kind of showing me a little bit here that you might be mirroring for them some commitment issues in different ways, right? You're showing each other that issue in different ways. So the Temperance, this could be the masculine kind of dragging their feet on negotiating something, getting out of a situation. The feminine could be getting angry and walking away. And the energy of the both of you is this, I want to move it forward, but, okay, there's a but here. Like, hi, Rose. Hi. So how is the feminine seeing the energy here? Ooh, Empress. All right. So this is like big stakes, high stakes poker. You know, you really love this person. There's deep love here. You feel like you're growing something for the future, right? The Empress is bearing the child or bearing the relationship. You can feel like you might be the one feeling like you're doing all the work here or something. The masculine, 6 of Wands, they are going to be victorious. If there's how they're seeing things is like winner loser. And I don't think we want win, lose. Like if I win, that means you have to lose. And I do think we want win, but I also think we want fair. You know, something that's going to come out of this. I do feel like there might be a fight about some kind of fidelity issue or some kind of exclusivity or commitment issue. The masculine is looking at it like they don't want to give up too much freedom. Okay, the feminine is trying to maybe get things tied down, get things solidified. Okay, so yes, so the universe is saying to the feminine here, 4 of Pentacles, I feel like there's a lot of holding back on both sides, especially the feminine here, holding back, not telling the whole truth, not speaking her whole truth or feminine whole truth. I do feel like inside you might feel like you're wanting to be married, and you might fear that telling them that will send them running away. Okay. The universe is saying to the masculine, be confident. Okay. There needs to be a win-win situation here. The feminine is holding back on speaking her truth. Nine of Swords. worry. There's worry that if you speak your truth about this Empress, about love or about wanting to be a wife or wanting to be married, I feel like you're worried about that. You also could be worried because, I mean, at the very basic level, this could be a third party situation. All right. And feminine, you might be the third party here, and you're worried that the masculine isn't moving things along fast enough. You're also worried that if they might not want to get married ever again, kind of a thing. Okay. So the subconscious energy here for the feminine, all right, is 10 of Wands. I do feel like you may think you are doing the work of the relationship, doing all the work. And that's why I feel like you pick up your swords and you run away. When the masculine sort of is, I don't know. They're sort of dithering. Right? There might be an issue about fidelity or an issue about commitment. I don't know. The unconscious energy of the masculine. Four of Swords. Healing. All right. They're trying to take care of themselves. They're trying to do healing work for themselves. I feel like if they are leaving another relationship, if they are winning, moving out of that, coming toward you, feminine, they do need time to heal, okay? And they're trying to buy time for themselves, I think. All right, let's see where we go from here. Queen of Swords, Chariot, Hierophant. All right, so this is about commitment. This is about getting clear on how we move toward commitment. That's the next step. So when the masculine comes out of their cave, there might be a fight about commitment, about how are we moving forward? Because feminine is saying, okay, give me some answers then. The group A had a similar dynamic here, but it was about different stuff. This is, I feel like the masculine is, there might be, what's different here is there might be a third party situation. And I do feel like there is commitment coming here, but I also feel like there's too much holding back on the feminine side, which is interesting, out of fear that the masculine will run away. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to continue on with this reading. I'm going to do this other spread for you that I put together. What's the purpose? Why are we together in this lifetime? I really want to get to the bottom of that. An important lesson we must learn. How can we grow from this lesson? What our lives look like after completing this lesson. Something we can do to strengthen the bond. Something we can do to heighten the vibration. What is this partner mirroring for me? I think we already answered that with this spread. And what can we do? What's the next thing to reach the highest vibration? Because it's not really about getting into marriage or commitment. It is about reaching the next level of higher vibration. Okay, so there's some clearing of the air here that needs to happen. All right, so click, the link is below for group B. Where are we? Okay, I will see you over there. All right, group C, welcome in, welcome back. So your three cards here start with Desert Passage, Trust There's a Divine Plan, Journey by Moon. No, this is the second one. Take Action with Passion, Valiant Courage, and Journey by Moonlight, Believe in Magic. I like that that's the last card because I do feel like this is going to take a little bit of Fool energy. Okay, you know what I mean by that? Like fools rush in or jumping into something. It's going to take a little bit of that, a little bit of courage, a little to speak up, to say something. Your card, Divine Feminine, King of Pentacles. Check that out. Do you feel this way? Do you feel stable? Do you feel secure? Are you doing something to help yourself make that this year? This can be also aspirational. Okay, so King of Pentacles, if you're feeling that way, I also feel like this is about being the anchor of the relationship. Excuse me. It really does have to do a lot with confidence, just knowing. I feel like you might have a lot more knowledge, and I don't think that I don't need a card to tell me that. If you're sitting here watching this video, I'm sure you have a lot of knowledge around this. Woo! Check that out. So this is the Divine Masculine, 3 of Wands. I feel like the Divine Masculine might be either changing careers or something about money in this connection. And that might require some courage on their part. Okay, that there is a plan here. The masculine might be having some kind of shift, in their career. I also am not really super happy that it feels like they're turning their back. Okay, so the energy of this relationship, 5 of Pentacles. This is a out in the cold together, you and me against the storm kind of a feeling. And when you're the King of Pentacles, the absolute opposite of that, you might be working to help this person, or you might be feeling out in the cold from this person despite being the King of Pentacles, right? There might be not a lot of connection right now. They've sort of turned their back. The money issue is a thing. All right, I'll get some more clarity around that as we move forward. Let's see here. So this is how you're looking at the relationship. 3 of Pentacles. You could do some work together. You could build something together. And I feel like that's because you're coming from a place of knowledge, of experience, of something that has been built, something that is solid. You're a master at something. And you're always feeling like this is something I can help them with, or this is something I can build with them. But right now, I feel like the masculine wants to do it themselves, or build it themselves. Yeah, look, they could be walking away from a career, walking away. I'm not really super happy about this. Let's see where we go. This feels like they're walking away from the connection. Walking away from the connection, but the good news here, this 5 of Pentacles doesn't make me happy. But the 3 of Wands and the 8 of Cups. The 3 of Wands is expectations about things to come. The 8 of Cups is about turning your back on the way things used to be, the way we did things before, or the way things used to be with us, or the way things used to be in relationship in general, right? And they're moving toward the Hermit. They're going into a place where they're looking at themselves about how they want to do this. How do they want to be in connection with you? Because this is how they're looking at the relationship. And they're looking at it like, I don't want it to be this kind of bankrupt thing. So Pentacles can also be, right, we're talking a lot about money here because I see it a lot around you. Pentacles here can also be about stability, that this relationship really is crying out for some stability. And I feel like you have it. I feel like if you're the Divine Feminine, I feel like the masculine is seeking it. Okay? Seeking stability. This is what the universe is telling you. This is about valiant courage, about being able to talk about this. Okay? Knowing that Journey by Moonlight is believe in magic. Trust that there's a divine plan. I feel like some of these messages are going to be things that you say to the masculine. Oh, yes. And 9 of Cups. I got that with another reading too. 9 of Cups. These are the messages from the universe to the Divine Feminine, to the Divine Masculine. And 9 of Cups here to me says that they may be, there's a couple things here. They may be overconfident about something that they're doing. They also may be seeking some kind of unattainable thing. Okay, unattainable thing, maybe unattainable in terms of money, unattainable in terms of recognition or fame, or something they're doing isn't really in alignment with the relationship. This may be about career. The universe is saying to them, you're being kind of selfish here, or you're being kind of, you're looking for self-satisfaction. And the feminine here is working to bring things together. And the masculine just keeps walking away here. So I'm going to get clarity around the walking away. Did I do this already? I feel like I did. Yes, I did. Okay. I know I pulled some cards on this. And Emperor, Queen of Pentacles, Knight of Cups, Knight of Swords, World, whoopsie, Nine of Swords, Page of Swords, Four of Wands. Okay. So I feel like this masculine here is very, you're very strong and stable. I don't know. I feel like this other person might be feeling like they're more the feminine energy right now. Okay. Right? Like this is a more nurturing relationship and they like to be the emperor. They like to have that position. And so this is kind of catching them off guard a little bit. The Knight of Cups and the Knight of Swords, the offers or the movement in terms of feelings, it's really about ideas. I feel like that they're looking to, that's the place that they want to go. They have a lot of cups here. So their situation, it feels to me like they're the ones who are trying to like casting about, looking for something in their lives, but it's away from you. It's not really about you. But King of Pentacles does feel like it impacts this situation because King of Pentacles is kind of awesome. And if this person is having trouble with their money, that might be a thing. Okay, might be a thing, may not be a thing, but there's going to be a clash. There's going to be some kind of conversation. And I feel like this is about the taking action with passion piece. So if you are communicating about, love in the relationship, they might get mad at you because it's like, you know what? I got bigger fish to fry right now than talking about this relationship. I understand that this is something you really want in your life and all of that stuff. And there's, beautiful feelings and everything like that. But right now I need to do my thing. I need to go forth and conquer, right? I need to be the emperor. And that cycle is going to come to a close with the conversation. All right. So when this conversation takes place, I feel like they're going to show their cards a little bit because right now I feel like they're not really saying that. Okay. Five of Pentacles. I feel like they're not really talking about it very much. And so when that comes to a close, I think they're going to share their anxiety and their messages of, I'm not sure what to do. But I feel like the answer might be that you are courageous enough to say, why don't we move in together or something like that. There might be some kind of movement. And this masculine is really looking for it outside themselves. But I feel like you might, if you're courageous, taking action with passion, that might be the suggestion. So what's unconscious here for you? What's unconscious here for you? Page of Pentacles. Okay, is they don't want to start over. What's unconscious for them? Ace of Cups. This is a lovely offer. This is a lovely offer. And I don't see any pentacles here at all, except for you, this or the feminine energy of Pentacles, which is more like fourth house nurturing kind of energy. So, I just feel like they may, the masculine energy of the Emperor here is what they're trying to assert. They're trying to assert their own traditional role. Okay. And that can run sort of counter to what you're looking to do. You're not really thinking about it that way. You're just sort of like, well, how can we help each other? Okay. So let's see where this goes. Nine of Wands, Seven of Swords, Six of Wands. So there's going to be definitely conversation. I feel like this person, you guys might get into a little conflict here, and you might win this person over. You might win the masculine over, but I feel like they might not tell you everything, and that's something to think about. They might be having more situations. This Five of Pentacles thing makes me feel, and this Nine of Swords makes me feel like, yeah, they'll likely move forward with you, but I feel like there's something they're not telling you here. Okay. So the subconscious energy of the masculine and is the Ace of Cups. That this is a good offer. This is something that they are seeking because it's part of their, you know this, it's part of their abundance to expand their vibration. And I feel like that's the vibration because they're getting a lot of really small cards here. Only when I asked about where are we going here did I get the Emperor. Okay, the Emperor and the World. Those are bigger cards. You're getting King of Pentacles here, but you're also vibrating on that same platform with smaller cards, right? We're talking about conversations that are not big conversations, although it's more of a day-to-day nuts and bolts thing. This is a process argument or a process conversation about what's the next step. I feel like the masculine, you guys are kind of being left out in the cold from each other. You're leaving each other out in the cold because you're talking sort of past each other. This person's talking about their career and their work, and you're talking about relationship. And they're seeing that before that happens, they need to do this. You're like, well, why can't we help each other? And so it's going to take a little bit of courage on your part, okay, to talk to them about this, especially when you're King of Pentacles, all right, because they're feeling like the Queen of Pentacles. So in the extended, I am going to look at some other questions that people have asked, and I put this in my little spread. What the purpose is of this connection, the important lessons you're learning together in this lifetime, how you can learn from this, something we can do to strengthen our bond. I think that's an important thing. How can you heighten the vibration? And how can you move this toward its higher purpose, okay? Because here we are in this very process-oriented kind of thing. How do we not get stuck in this? Okay, how can we move? How can you move beyond this? How can you have some kind of breakthrough? And I do think you will. Journey by moonlight, believe in magic. So it might be, see, this is a journey by moonlight. It may be that this person does need to go. But let's see, okay? All right, I'm gonna keep going in the extended, and link is below for you, Group C. I'll see you over there.